Good morning from Budapest, everybody. If you're having a look behind me, you can see the northern wing of the magnificent Hungarian Parliament. So actually just going to take a quick walk around Budapest just to show you how the city looks first thing in the morning. But you can see just to the over my right shoulder, I'm on the banks of the Danube, and off in the distance you can see the magnificent Fisherman's Bastion. So I'll sort of turn the camera on and off a little bit as we move around, and we'll go and see what we can see within a few minutes. As you can see, no shortage of iconic sights to see in this area. We're going to now continue around to the eastern side of the Parliament. So here we have the statue. This was just all rebuilt only a few years ago of Leof Kothus, and if you have a look again behind, you can see this fantastic perspective. As mentioned, this is now the eastern facade of the parliamentary buildings just over my right shoulder. So let's continue on and make our way towards Liberty Square. So let's try a little bit of trick photography. So this is the flag raising ceremony. The Hungarians raise it each morning around this time. So it's now 8:30 a.m. Okay, so you might like what I did there, a little bit of a simulated slow motion. So as I said, this selfie business is a little bit new to me, so bear with me while I learn a few tricks of the trades. I'll probably be looking for some of my friends to help me out with it. But anyway, let's continue on our walk. It's also, I don't have a drone either, but I think I can simulate that. We'll see how I manage. So as I mentioned, I don't have a drone, but in regards to this square, you can see it's fantastic around here, but we can simulate the drone. Look at that. Have a look at that. Going away from me. It's global. There's the tram going away from me now. So anyway, there we are. I think I can do without a drone. I think I'll get away with it. So I'm just outside another one of the big government buildings, but I'm still in this parliamentary area. And you can see behind me where these, what look like black dots, are actually reminders of where the bullet holes and gunfire struck. And the period of time that we're talking was the 1956 uprising. And one last perspective of the Hungarian Parliament before we continue towards Liberty Square. And while we're in this area, I might also pop down to the river and go and see the very poignant memorial of the shoes. So as you can see, there are just so many fantastic perspectives here along the waterfront and the Parliament area of Budapest. Have a look once again. You can see right behind me over my right shoulder actually, the Parliament, or not the Parliament, sorry, the Fisherman's Bastion, and also the Matthias Church with its magnificent tessellated tiled roof. So continuing around, why not? How can you resist? Just one more view of the Parliament, and this is the southern side. In case you're wondering, by the way, this fellow is Andrassy Julia. So I'm now down on the Budapest Waterfront. This is this very poignant memorial, which people largely talk about the shoes on the Danube. This is where people were shot into the river by the AVO, so horrendous act of murder, and these shoes cast in bronze are to be a memorial showing that the shoes were left behind when the people were killed. And another one of these magnificent perspectives is the castle district and the Royal Palace. You can see off in the distance along with the chain bridge. So beautiful Budapest, early in the morning, perfect time to be out for a walk. And sometimes you'll be amazed at the people you meet when you're overseas. Look, I've run into Ronald Reagan. There's the Parliament in the background. Ronald Reagan was a main player in the negotiations for the end of socialism. So beautiful big statue of him here in bronze, and we're now entering Liberty Square. I would invite Mr. Reagan to come with me, join me for a walk, but as you can see he is a little preoccupied at the moment. Now just as we turn around here, you'll see behind me, this is the National Bank, or one of the major banks of Hungary. So you can see incredibly majestic building, and in a few moments you'll see just how beautiful this Liberty Square is. So let's continue our walk, and on the other side of the square these are buildings of, oh sorry, not that one, just to the right of it is buildings of the American Embassy. We'll get over there for a look in a moment. The Soviet Memorial is also located in Liberty Square. You can see it here, right behind me. The American Embassy is now directly behind me. Not many buildings are as heavily fortified as this one in the city. This is actually where Cardinal Mindszenty sought refuge during the 1956 uprising. He ended up staying here for many years before eventually being freed to the city of Vienna. So again, you have the Soviet Memorial just behind me over my right shoulder, and once again this beautiful perspective looking around all this magnificent architecture of Liberty Square. One of the nicest things about coming to Liberty Square in the morning is you get to see all the locals out and about enjoying their morning routine, including, as you can see behind me, a few of the dogs, people out with the dogs for the morning. Sometimes you can see big groups of them all out here for a walk and get out of the apartments or the houses. So people are often asking what are our favourite spots. For me, Liberty Square would be one of the nicest places in Budapest, and certainly worth coming for a stroll and spending a little bit of time here at some point during your visit. Now right behind me, this is a real hidden gem, and it's a local market, and certainly worth having a chance to look inside. So let's go see what's open at the moment. So as you can see, at this time of the morning the market is just getting going, but you can see some of the stands and stalls are open, and this is one of the nicest places to find langos if you're interested. Langos is like a big deep fried donut coated with all sorts of things unhealthy, but they taste fantastic. So stand 25 is one of the foodie paradises. So a very fashionable restaurant, and you can see this is looking through the market from the eastern end. And it wouldn't be Hungary without some paprika. And what else do we see? Some of the other lovely delicacies of Hungary, but also some beautiful fruit and vegetables. So just come down this way here. So if you're looking for something, nice fresh fruit, you'll find it here. And goose liver pate, and also Hungarian salami, another speciality. So Pick is one of the big companies, and you can also see all the beautiful fresh salamis here as well. So make sure you try some famous Hungarian salami while you're here.